Good afternoon, Speed Gaming. We're joining a hot race here. We got F. Coughlin of the Bomb Squad versus Dragon Strike of Team Hime. This race is part of the Lost Woods division. Both teams currently 3 and 5 with 9 points on the season. I am Radical Sniper 989, joined by Nervendoc with Stags on the tracking. Hello.
Yeah, hello. And it looks like we missed the start a little bit.
Yeah, I saw we got a bottle early. And we had some blue mail I just saw out of the well. This is swordless week still, so no swords, and we've got one bow that is a combined silver's bow. In terms of some of the other info, it looks like we have regular crystal at Eastern, a pendant at Desert, and I think a 5/6 crystal over in Hera.
And already our bow in Blind's Hut. So with silvers, we're really fine.
Yeah, we've got at least a weapon now to work with.
Yeah, and with silvers, one of the strongest.
And yes, we also have powder, it looks like.
So it's Hera red and yeah.
Yeah, Hera red, Eastern blue or regular crystal, and pendant desert today, so. Yes, apologies for the quick start here and a little bit of a delay on getting a stream up, but all is good, all is well. We're into our third day of Swordless Week here.
And we've got a moon pearl in Lost Woods.
Yeah, and Fred's gonna stop here at the drop down, get the $20. Hey, you found a sword, it just turned into money. And there's that bottle, or at least a bottle. And it looks like we're gonna head straight for Eastern at this point.
Yeah, with silvers in your hand, there's nothing that can stop you against Armor's Knights.
Yeah, I think the only dangerous part is the fact that you gotta deal with the dark rooms.
And even that, I'm pretty sure both can do it, no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, Eastern's one of our easier dark rooms. It's just that that room with the Igor dark room is not always great.
Yeah, when those tentacles are going insane. And we've got Mids and Lantern, no problem in Dark Room. With Glove and Lantern, everything is fine right now. All we need is one item left for Darkwood access.
Yeah, let's hope it's the hammer.
No, let's hope it's 2 items, so Bugnet and Cape.
Yeah, no, you're much better there. Yeah, no, I like that. And as always, yes, F. Coughlin likes to give presents to NPCs in this game in the forms of bombs. Dragon Strike having a little bit of trouble there, but gets through Mini Moldorm Cave very nicely. Their movements is always so erratic, you know, even with good shots, sometimes this stuff just doesn't hit.
Yeah, you always know. Oh, middle finger.
Red Ring's not a bad find. You like having a stun item.
Yeah.
Things are not always easy. So having that early definitely going to be nice. Does give Dragon Strike some extra options for dealing with the game.
Yeah, and in addition, there's one more way for Fake Flipper.
Exactly. That definitely adds to the Ancilla value for that. We do see Lake Hylia nothing this time. And yeah, both of our runners heading over to Eastern. I mean, it's the most logical play here. It's going to be a fully clearable crystal dungeon for both of them.
And we've got our Zora money and Zora's in logic.
Yeah, and given that we have Pearl, I wouldn't be surprised to get a lot of fake flipper for that. Yeah, you're getting to see a little bit of an alternate play style here for Dragon Strike with that red rang. Probably a little bit easier to work with, to be honest.
Yeah, you can stun the tentacles or just throw the boomerang instead of arrows on skeletons if they're in your way.
Now, we do have a vanilla big key here in Eastern Palace. So no 50-50 gambles required today.
Well, at least, no matter what, you get your first crystal right now.
Yeah, the first crystal within about 10 minutes is going to be a good feeling for both of our runners here.
Yeah, Zora is definitely in logic.
Yeah, it's one of those funny things is, money is not required to be available for you to have Zora and Logic, but you always appreciate it, and I definitely think there's that subconscious feeling of like, well, the game gave me money, that means it wants me to do Zora.
Or at least it won't punish me for doing it.
Exactly.
And chat pointing it out, it's not just for Zora, it's for the whole seed right now.
Yeah, realistically, that's probably going to be more than we need for the most part. And, oh, I like this. If Coughlin having that B.
Yeah, and B is doing a great job right now.
Yeah. Shoutouts to the B for killing most of those enemies.
Yeah, early Silvers is so strong.
Yeah. Unfortunately, our bow bosses are just not going to have fun today. All of them are really just going to go down pretty quick.
So, where do you think will they go next?
I mean, at this point, I agree. Like, it's cleanup of the other person's checks.
Yeah. But
that I say back of escape looks really good right now. Even front of escape is a good play. And we could climb the mountain.
Yeah, maybe we could see a fake flipper on Coughlin side.
And I think that's a really great play right now. With the Pearl, you can get all those checks. Yeah, while Death Mountain's only 2 items, what I will say is getting the save and quit point is sometimes a very powerful piece as well.
Yeah, and
like, you're gonna have to climb sometime.
Yeah, mostly, yes.
Yeah, like, maybe we get the flute somewhere nice, but more likely than not, we're gonna have to make a mountain climb at some point.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be the first time you see flute or mirror white on the spot instead of somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, you're hoping to maybe have a hook shot or a mirror before heading up, but
yeah,
at this point, I think there's a decent enough chance to just, like, go up there and see. And maybe not even check the inside of Spec Rock. Maybe just get the save and quit point.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt at all just doing Gary.
But first crystal as well for Dragon Strike right there. It's sub 13 minutes. So
really convenient.
The one thing we can say is Dragon Strike did not do Ice Rod Cave, I believe. So This is going to be our first new piece of info and could become a bit of an issue if there's something here. Yes, the current record of both of these teams is 3-5. So they both have 9 points on the season.
But Dex already pointed out that the tracker today do not want to work as we like.
Yeah, just given a little bit of fits. So in terms of what that. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I was just saying, looks like a fake flipper. And back of escape is trash.
We do have the small key though, so at least we can get to Dark Cross. Yeah, this is the Lost Woods division right now. Triple Clown Fiesta currently in first place with 21 points. Potato Pouch, the Eastern Skippers, in second or tied for second with 15 at 5-4. Validation Chest Boots and TM32 God Route are tied for fourth place with 12 points, 4-4 for Validation Chest Boots and 4-5 right now for TM32. While Team Hime, the Bomb Squad, and the Turtle Rockers currently all at 9 points and 3-5 records for sixth, tied for sixth. So a lot of implications for this race, if not necessarily the playoff side of things, but they're not out of that question or that possibility, but also big time for possibilities of relegation. So big matchup. And this looks to be that Death Mountain climb for Dragon Strike.
Yeah, it's understandable. You are already here. And with a 7 quit, nothing is wrong. But first, it looks like a check if Egger is required.
Yeah, we're still missing boots and an item to actually fight Aga, but nothing there.
More money.
And we're going to get a free potion of, or free something. A free fairy. Not bad.
Yeah, on Swordless, really good.
Yeah, I think we would be a little happy if we had a mirror first before getting that fairy, but we'll take it. Now, what is our logical item on Zora, though? The seed's been giving us all the money. Nothing on Zora Ledge. 1,200 rupees already over on F. Coughlin's side.
Do you know what would really be awesome? Vanilla Mirror. At least something blue.
And the scam fish lives to give more scams. Just a heart container. Not going to turn our nose up at a heart this early in a swordless seed. Swordless is very difficult, so going to be happy having the elf.
Yeah, at least something you can use.
Agreed.
And we need a mirror. With hookshot. Oh, there's a hammer. Mountain was the right play. So we need a mirror for our hookshot. And the mirror could be anywhere.
Yeah, that is that's not a great spot. You know, that's all your mountain access. Like, you can't do anything on the mountain without mirror in this seed. But you have to go up there just for that hammer right now.
Well, at least it's a vanilla mountain opening if you have to use mirror.
Yeah. So we're going to get a pretty traditional start here for Dragon Strike in the Dark World, going right to Hype Cave.
And to answer the question on chat, yeah, hammer opens Egger 1.
Yeah, in this mode, the hammer can kill the electric bat. We do see that ice and skull woods are pendants. Green is at skull. I think that was also a Swamp Palace 5-6.
To be honest, the check was too fast for me. I was looking at oh, next bottle.
Yeah, we're getting some nice blue potions here. Yeah, not a great hype cave, but I'm not gonna be angry about getting another blue goo this early.
Yeah.
I think that's 2 blue potions, so definitely a nice safety. And Dragon Strike's gonna go for Palace of Darkness. I like the play. A lot of items. You got your bow, you've got your hammer, you've got your lamp. This is a full clearable pod.
Yeah. Plus, it's a crystal.
Green pendant with Skullwoods.
So everything in pot is in logic. Pot is almost isolated with Eastern already done. So everything is fine doing it. So what do you want to see in pot right now?
I mean, if I'm the runner, I want to see a mirror.
And if you just the chat?
Fire Rod. Let's make some Skull Woods happen.
Yeah, lots of green 20s.
Yes, make me go, oh, that could have been my sword. So
Yeah,
F. Coughlin seeing that hook shot, going immediately into Spec Rock. I think we still got some checks in front of Hyrule Castle, so this isn't a last location, but it's a good call from him. Gonna get a nice little quicker find of the hammer.
to be fair, the odds on something really important right now were really good
Yeah.
at this point. Oh, and there's our mirror.
See, like that's the thing. The runners are happy now. And honestly, I think Hookshot is kind of a better find than in comparison to like Boots in this mode. Like for mobility.
Yeah, it gives some mobility as well. Plus, can kill a lot of enemies or stun them. So it's one of your weapons of choice.
We'll see if Fred Coughlin decides to do the same thing here, heading in to Hype Cave.
Yeah, just getting his bottle.
Leaving a nice present for the NPC, as always, as one does. And it looks like he's going to take a more traditional route heading over to Dig Game. Unfortunate given the location of the mirror there in Pod, so we'll see what brings him back over this way later. It won't be too long. Full clearable Crystal Pod is going to be a hard pass for anybody in this mode. There's that cape.
Not bad at all. But not as useful as in mode resorts. But it's okay to do these checks right now and go then and port. I can't blame him.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi. More cash.
The seed says, here's the money.
So at least we can buy anything we want.
And here comes Palace of Darkness. So both runners going to be in pod. Dragon Strike doing a Helmasaur first, got a big key and mirror in the front. So just going with the rest of the clear of the boss. Going to have to go back in for the back of the dungeon.
Yeah, and with just the mirror in pod, it doesn't hurt that much getting it later. With just K45. The checks are something Dragon Strike will do as well.
That's the hard part here is both of them are going to have some decisions to make about West Dark World. You know, Dragon Strike will probably head to VOO next, and will have to decide between North and South Dark World, and unfortunately won't have the cape for Bumper Ledge. Whereas for F. Coughlin, it's going to be K45 in comparison to Graveyard Legend. Bumper might be more inclined to do the North, so thus miss the South check. Could be a very pivotal little decision here.
Yeah, but maybe he still could route it in later with Machine.
Yeah.
Unless we find mids before.
Yeah, and that's the hard part here is there's just so many options. And, just the nature of Rando, really.
Yeah, Rando is always being Rando. So much extra cash. I like, boots.
And really a big piece for Dragon Strike to get that now before getting too far, or for both runners to be here. Nobody's really going to get a significant boots advantage on this seed.
Yeah. Oh, much loaded pot right now.
Yeah, so not only do we get the mirror, we also find our boots and Arcane of Samaria, all necessary tools. The boots maybe not necessary and required, but you definitely prefer to have that mobility available to you.
Yeah, but maybe something on a torch you have to get.
Right. Well, with how loaded the rest of the pod was, I'm not surprised Map and Compass were in the Dark Maze. We definitely have both of those left. It does leave an item here in the big chest, and it's a medallion. So that is 4 very nice items in here besides the crystal.
Yeah. And even in Swordless, medallions are almost useless. Except as door key on Maya and Turtle Rock, plus bombers on all required rooms in ice.
Yeah,
Bombers
so
is the best
great
medallion.
Yeah. That's the thing. There's definitely a feeling always of if the game gives me the bomb boost, gives me a medallion, it's higher. You feel like it's more necessary.
Yeah. And still we are on a rule on fire.
Yeah, that's always a possibility here.
And even if not, it's at least a small rule of fire with bombers behind lamp.
Interestingly, we are just a pair of flippers away from Pyramid Fairy as well. Nice key location. And it looks like we're going to get a Harapot here. This looks to be the newest version.
Yeah, it looks really fine if you can do it.
Yeah, really, to anybody who has been, having difficulty in the past with pulling off the Harapot, there's the easiest version, by far.
Yeah. Oh, there's our next sword in our big chest.
Yeah, I think chat said that's our, we had 2 earlier, so that's our 3rd sword find.
So it's our could have been tempered.
We've got hammer, so we've got tempered sword, right? They're the same?
Yeah. Almost.
Yeah.
Well, you can't use cape while using hammer.
True.
And it's the only disadvantage on hammer right now.
And I think we've got an item in Hera Basement here.
With so much stuff right now on the right side, I wouldn't blame him doing the rest before coming back.
Yeah, and that's what we're gonna do. We're leaving.
Yeah, just 20 rupees on Floating Island.
I'm gonna have a little bit nicer of a pod here. Already has Samaria, so able to use that instead of having to push the statue. Not a big deal, but nice little convenience.
Yeah, and in the end, every second count.
So both of our runners, Dragon Strike up to 3 crystals. F. Coughlin about to get his second crystal. And there's the flippers, so that's our 4th crystal available, and that's a big one. That's our other good crystal.
So technically, Red Bomb available.
Yeah.
And with Red Bomb, both runners still could do front of escape as well, so it's a really good routing.
Yeah, and that makes getting over also for Dragon Strike, getting over to Quakefish and Zora a lot more convenient. Like, we know there's nothing there. It just makes it very, like, a strong route now.
Yeah, so much to do. And it looks like Swamp.
We got another nice Helmasaur kill from F.
Yeah.
Coughlin for his second crystal, so
And this is why Silver's early is so strong.
yeah. Pretty much every boss is not designed to meet the silver arrows.
Well, Blind is immune.
Well, I mean all the ones who are actually vulnerable to silver or to
Yeah.
arrows in general.
And another funny part is right now we just need a book, flute and mitts, maybe pet if you're funny looking.
Yeah, I mean, Fire Rod and Mitts and a book / flute for that.
So we know we need Fire Rod and Ice Rod no matter what right now.
Yeah.
Maybe a medallion and 100% flute and mitts.
Yeah, I think, like, just given how much is required for pedestal in this seed, it becomes a very unlikely piece. Like, I think the only thing that can really be there, like, possibly a medallion, possibly a flute, but the real, like, I think the one that you really consider is the chances of Ice Rod, and it's pretty low overall, so.
Yeah, and if it's Ice Rod, you can blame me.
This is swordless. This is week 5 of the League season, which is all devoted to the mode known as League Swordless.
But to be fair, if we would be in a sword mode, Tempered would be already in our hand.
Yeah, we've found 3 of the replaced swords.
So, Troldum, are you nice or are you evil? Okay, he was nice.
Yeah, not too bad of the movements. And we'll see if F. Coughlin decides to head back in or not. So far, I haven't really noticed anything out of Swamp Palace either.
Yeah, but Dragonstrike could go back in for left side and big chest.
Yeah, I think the hard part here is just how much we have available.
Yeah. Almost the whole map is open. You do not need that much item, and most items are trash. But a lot of ones have been decisioned by left side swamp.
And I mean, Swamp always has myths, right? That's what I've heard, is that everybody says that that's what's here.
Yeah, mids, a sword, or something like progression.
And yes, we realize that's confirmation bias, but it's kind of uncanny how often something is in Hera. Or I'm sorry, Swamp.
Yeah, but here basement already burned someone too. This league.
Yeah. And we are, of course, getting everybody's favorite version of the Argus fight, Menu Simulator.
At least you can't mirror out when you try
Exactly.
to quick swap. Wouldn't be the first. Oh, and more cash!
I don't have to be happy about seeing money, but I think at this point, when you've already gotten like 3 or 4 of these 300 rupees, you're just like, why?
Well, if he's going out of money, then you know something is strange.
But there's crystal number 4 for Dragon Strike. And we'll see what the play is in terms of going back in for the rest of Swamp Palace. We did get the big key in the back.
Yeah. So at least one item.
I think we haven't seen at least map or compass. Wasn't hitting on all the checks there. Just watching that Hera basement as well.
So what would you like to see right now in Swamp?
A little bit of chaos would probably be seeing the mitts here. And I know you're thinking, well, like, that's progression. Our runners would love to see progression. Yeah, but I don't know. Like, we're in the position here where you're kind of having to make a choice about, do you want to head over to digging game? Do you want to hit K45? We know that there's a cape still available that Dragon Strike didn't get yet. So, could be really interesting decisions to make.
So the question is, with Dragon Strike doing left side swamp, but F. Coughlin already did Hera basement that is almost as fast. Maybe he will skip it.
Yeah, each runner, you make the skips after a certain amount of time. F. Coughlin's going to go a little different on this play. Instead of going right for Swamp, looks like head for VOO and also getting Bonk Rocks here.
Yeah, Village of Outcast is not a bad call right now. Maybe you can skip left side swamp as 100% when you know you have got almost anything.
Yeah, and this could just be him building to a longer route overall, saying, let me hit VOO, and then I'll go south into Swamp, and then I can lead into Pyramid Ferry.
So left side swamp is dead. And it looks like a red bomb on Dragon Strike. I like the idea.
Yeah, it's just it just goes back to that fact that still no cape over on Dragon Strike's side, so checking bumper ledge going to be a little bit harder to go with.
Oh, French vanilla. Worth it.
Yeah, I feel like one of the stories this week has just been do not skip Skull Woods. Skull Woods paying out in multiple races so far this week.
Yeah, and still one item left in Skywoods.
But F. Coughlin's gonna bail. I don't blame him. And that's
Oh!
oh wow. Okay, that cape is huge. And definitely not a great situation for Dragon Strike here.
But a good situation for F. Coughlin, so he
Yeah.
knows he did something right. Good for his confidence.
Cape was on Digging Game.
No, it was Stumpy.
Was it? One of those two.
Yeah. 50-50 chance wasn't that bad.
Yeah. I knew it was in West Dark World. And Skullwoods had our Fire Rod.
Yeah, mitts, flute, and maybe medallions.
I wouldn't be shocked if it's just one medallion. Like, I have to believe that Bombos is going to give us one of those dungeons.
Yeah, but I'm sure Dragon Strike got Quake from Pyramid Fairy.
Oh, really? Yeah, we did. We have a Quake medallion on Dragon Strike side. So that could be a huge find, especially depending on where this the myths show up. Like F. Coughlin could just say, I don't want to go do Pyramid Fairy because he's got better options.
But to be fair, when he's doing Swamp, it's the best position to do it.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, like, if he's got mitts, he could go in and just say, you know, let me just beat this dungeon, and then I'll go do mitts checks instead of going back for Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah, it would be understandable to just check Turtle Rock if you can do it.
Yep.
And even if you can't do it, there's Hookshot Cave and Super Bunny, so at least some checks.
That's all the checks in Hyrule Castle, so Dragon's like really doing a good job counting items there. We are getting our first checks of Village of Outcasts. Oh, interesting. So Dragon Strike heading for Hobo here. Could work out nicely if he's also thinking about heading towards Stumpy and Dig and Cave 45 even.
Or maybe just getting his water checks done.
Yeah, that's also a possibility. Could head here up to Quakefish and Zora.
Would be an understandable and quick choice.
This is Quakefish then, based on this routing.
Yeah. Maybe a fast mirror here and do Ice Rod Cave?
Yeah, we did get a skip of Ice Rod Cave on Dragon Strike's side, so, and you're right, it is Ice Rod into Pride, Quakefish, and Zora.
At least a convenient routing.
Yeah. Tie up a loose end, for sure.
Still a little disappointment in his eyes.
So far, nothing out of Thieves Town.
Yeah, at least it will be a crystal.
Yeah.
And to be fair, we just need 2 more items, maybe a third one.
Yeah, the chances of Go Mode Mitts are dwindling a little bit, but it's not out it's not out completely.
At least until we find Mitz. There's nothing on ice, and there can't be anything on pet. So it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, for pet at this point, we need for pet to matter, we would need either it to be ether medallion or flute.
Yeah, and the chances are low.
Yeah.
Even if you count a mushroom and shovel in the pool of possible items.
Yeah, now we're getting into like silly chains of stuff for it to matter.
Oh no, wouldn't be the first time I jinxed it. Maya area, shovel into mushroom, into go mode. Always funny.
So I don't think we've really gotten anything like here in Thieves, and we know these checks aren't going to really lead to anything for Dragon Strike either.
Well, at least it's good for your mind.
Yeah.
Your enemy has to do as well. So let's see if he's fine with hammering.
Nice phase 1. And good
Nice.
phase 2.
Got bitten by heads. But still fine. And here
Yeah,
we
with
go.
blue mail, everything's going to do a heart of damage, so not too bad.
Yeah, and even if he still has got fairy, so he's fine.
So we're tied up now, 4 crystals apiece.
There was our next bomb. So there's a small chance that Dragon Strike will run right back to Iceward when he gets his cape, just to make sure he can do it when he's there.
Oh, and we haven't even seen powder now that I think about it.
Yeah. And it's in logic. We've got our mirror.
At least I don't think we've seen it.
I am sure we did not.
So did F. Coughlin just forget about it?
Maybe yes. Maybe he wants to route it later in with Smith Chain. Or hope never have to do.
Yeah, I think this might have just been a slip of the mind, unfortunately. So
Just
gonna
hope
hit
there's
up,
nothing.
Yeah, so gonna hit up Swamp Palace. And really has not found anything, so I'd expect the full clear here.
Right, we still need our mids for more progression.
And really, I mean, we're looking at what? Magic Bat, Spike Cave.
Skullwood's last item, maybe Green Pendant.
Yeah. So Dragon Strike does get that info, so as soon as he gets Cape, gonna realize, oh yeah, I need to go get that. And it looks like we're gonna get a front of Skull, so we'll be getting the Fire Rod. Really, you know, the runners really covering each other's steps nicely. any potential advantages are just kind of like shrinking away each time. Like, you know, somebody finds something and you go, I'm a little concerned, but the seed is not given a lot of options.
And
And it
Dragon
looks,
Strike, yeah,
yeah,
goes deeper.
yep. So here's some divergence.
To be fair,
Possibility,
yeah,
2 items, yeah.
yeah. And to be fair, he already did Swamp. Swamp had the most items right now. On the points. Oh no.
Oh wow, the Titan's mitts in the vanilla big key chest. Not only do you have to do the front, you have to do the midsection for sure of this Skull Woods. On the plus side, mitts lock a ton in this mode.
So maybe Dragon Strike might dodge the cape. But
That's
just
the
maybe.
concern. Yeah, that's the one concern I'd say here is if we get a Smith chain, I'm sure we're going to get the cape. But could easily say I've got a lot opened up now with mitts. But for all you also know, it's one of those things where like you know where Ice Rod is. You're going to be a little bit more on. I feel like that just makes people a little more cautious about going up for like a TR play. So hopefully it does get that cape.
The only good point for F. Coughlin right now is when he did Alls of Swamp right now. And he can do it a little bit faster with Sumaria. There's not much left. So
Yeah, the only problem there is he's also gonna still head back into Swamp Palace because the big chest has an item and the big key was in the back.
but maybe you will say it's just one item, I'm out. Takes too much time.
Possibly.
Yeah, it's a difference if you've got still 2 or 1 in Swamp.
Yeah, and I
Cool.
think for F. Coughlin here, like the plays I see happening is like you go and you do Pyramid Fairy here, probably in front of Hyrule Castle, maybe a route up to Quakefish. Like I think those are his checks in order right now. And yes, Fred does have bombos. I don't think there was a way he missed that in the big chest of pod. Because I did see him full clear that done. I was about to say, Dragon Strike's going to have to be a little bit careful, but with that powder, able to get that check in. And unfortunately, forgetting, he does not have a small key. And nice boss fights from both of our runners here for each of their 5th crystals.
The big question is, when will Fred go back for his mitts? But
Will
at least,
Dragon Strike get the cape for Ice Rod down in South Dark World?
yeah, there are two possible ways.
I feel like Dragon Strike missing the cape is going to be a bigger deal here as a potential. There's just way too much open for Dragon Strike, so really needs to go and do the Smith Chain here, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure he will route it in.
Yep, this is going to be Pyramid Fairy for F. Coughlin, so going to get his Bombos, or sorry, Quake Medallion momentarily. Probably go right into front of Hyrule Castle.
Dragon Strike, go back. It's your cash.
Yeah, I mean, you only have 1,000 rupees. What are you going to do?
Really confused Uncle Scrooge's noises right now. You get so much free money and you do not take it.
And I like it, Dragon Strike picking up the red mail there.
Yeah, it's understandable.
Yeah, Swordless is no joke, and you like the safety.
Yeah, and the Ganon Hack even on Blue May is still no joke. But on Red May it's okay while hammering with that funky hitbox.
And here's that check we didn't get to see earlier from F. Coughlin. What is out Magic Bat?
Hope something funny. Oh, the Battle of Us.
And based on Dragon Strike's return to Dark World here, this is going to be Purple Chest and Stumpy. So gonna get the cape. And possibly an Agina play, I have to believe. Oh, and K45, I don't think Dragon Strike did either, so...
Yeah, he will do it.
Yeah, gonna hit up some missing checks before having to make a mitts decision, and... I mean, after this, go get your Ice Rod and probably just go straight for TR.
Yeah, it's the highest density right now.
Yeah, and it's
And
a
with
crystal.
two medallions,
Yeah.
2 medallions, 66%. It's fine. And if not, the odds on your downmate are really high right now. Yeah, he knows where Ice Rod is. So, with knowing he has to do it, maybe he's skipping Agina and to wash for ice. We're still missing our flute for go mode. And it could be anywhere besides my area.
Yeah, we still lack a little bit of knowledge on the medallion side of things, but we're roughly... There's a good chance we're just flute from go.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 is almost always enough. Yeah, Fred just got Quake from Fred Ferry. Oh, Burner. Too
Man, that would've been
bad.
great, yeah. That would've been great for blind.
Yeah, and right now, just good for here and there, maybe using instead of.
Yeah, it's a little bit less magic usage. But at this point, both runners appear to be heading towards their missing item. We're almost tied up, honestly. Like, I think the only thing we can really say is Dragon Strike's gotten a few extra checks.
Yeah, but I might see Fred first going to Skywood, so he will be fine.
Well, and that what I mean is, like, Dragon Strike did all Smith Chain, so has done some more of the checks on the chain, and is about to get Ice Rod. So everything that F. Coughlin's done, Dragon Strike has already done plus. So, like, we're going to get Ice Rod, and it's just going to be, you know, straight into another Crystal Dungeon.
Yeah, at least Dragon Strikes knows there has something to be on the mountain right now. And even if it's just the book. But to be fair, book would be evil right now.
Yeah, that's the one item you really don't want to see at this point in the seed. But, I mean, I don't see any reason you don't just go mountain here. It's your 6th crystal for sure. Density between the items in Turtle Rock and the items in Hookshot Cave and Super Bunny. Like, here's your opportunity. Hit this. Get, what, a dozen items, roughly? You finish up and hit Spike Cave, probably. So, like, you're finishing the mountain here.
So here's our Skyward's play. Hopefully the first chest is the right one.
Yep, looks like it. See some people calling for flute on green pendant or flute on ped right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
It wouldn't be the first time. Wouldn't be the last time. Still would be funny. At least for us. So, Turtle Rock Bombers. We can go in. And we can do everything right now.
Still think you check Hookshot Cave and Super Bunny first in case, so you can kind of go mode TR. But it wouldn't be terrible to just do it now. Yep, and we're going right in.
Yeah, maybe the time between both is not worth mentioning the thinking about.
And realistically, go mode TR is not a fast done.
Yeah, it's slow anyway. And it's just some less chests on your way. So right now we need just the flute and maybe, and really just maybe ether. So Dragon Strike a little bit ahead, but Fred right behind him.
Yeah,
And
Fred's
he's
gonna go with the
deciding
other
to,
play.
yeah, both understandable.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, if the flute is here, the only things that Fred's gonna skip are, you know, probably Lava Island and Mimic Cave, and maybe Big Chest.
Yeah, depending on key logic right now. How
Like
much
Dragon
best he
Strike
can.
is gonna check this.
Yeah, he has to. And it's one of the slowest chests right now. A book! So
You
why?
cursed them. You said we don't want to see it, and we saw it. We have it.
Well, I didn't say we. I said they.
Oh, do we want to see it? Okay. Hookshot Cave turning up empty as well, so
Well, it's good for our chat. Chat pointed out they want to see Pet. Now it's in logic. Even there can't be that much right now. So, would you go to ice or desert? When you're one of the runners and we love fetch quests.
it's 3 items either way. Because if I'm doing desert, I'm probably doing Bombo's tablet into desert. In all honesty. Whereas Ice Palace is 3 items as well.
So maybe Fred doing Smith Chain into Bombers into desert while Dragon Strike might do both. In a 50-50.
Yeah. Hard to say. I mean, I still think for both runners, like this is you clear the mountain, like we're gonna get Super Bunny and Hookshot Cave from Dragon Strike leading into Ether and Spike.
Yeah, and Fred will do Ether and Spike just before going. There's no way he'll want to avoid something like that. Oh, I'm not the one jinxing. It's the chat right now. You can see Flute on Laser Wedge, but there's still Ether. So at least both runners will have a book. Oh, Dragon Strike. Stay safe.
We got the magic, we've got the items, let's use them. We did get the book over on F. Coughlin's side, so
Don't die, Dragon Strike.
please don't, yes. Yeah, I think we're into pick a pendant, honestly.
To be
We're not
fair,
down to one-offs. Like, I think the worst one-off right now is probably Skull.
yeah.
Like, Green Pendant's probably going to become a last location. Like, I think you do even Pedestal before you do Green Pendant turn it.
Yeah, and even without a book, I would prefer right now just blind pull before turn in green. It's faster.
But I would do probably Desert and Ice before I go back to Skull even. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I think, like, you're killing Moth into a Ped Pull into Green Pendant last. Either way in the seed.
Yeah, it's just one without the other one. And with the other one, it's just 2 checks.
Yeah. I think in terms of like what this means for our runners right now, this is going to be a finish of the mountain for both of them, unless Flute's here on Trinex. And then after that, it's for Dragon Strike, it's pretty much Bombos and Desert versus Ice. Whereas for F. Coughlin, there's also the possibility of Smith Chain. He skipped those checks, and he could say, you know, I want to do Smith Chain into Bombos and Desert. Like, there's a big chain for him there. It's just not the fastest at the start.
But at least a new check.
So yeah, I'm not sure how he's going to play this one. But yeah, Dragon Strike's down to a couple of 50-50s. Ice Palace is not required in this seed, technically. It is a pendant, so not a huge deal either way in terms of the go-moding ice. We likely don't want to go into desert or ice at this point. But yeah, I mean, Skullwood's first does give that possibility, but you don't want to have to make the run back to Skullwood for Ped. Like, there's just a large time investment in doing.
Yeah, going back to Skywoods right now is so time-consuming for just one item.
Like,
that
maybe Fred does it because of the fact he hasn't done Smith Chain, but for Dragon Strike, like Skull Woods, the Moth Kill, and the Ped Pull are like our last locations for him. I could make an argument for F. Coughlin to do it first. But here we go. Ether Tablet for Dragon Strike is Blue Rupee. Oh boy.
At least the blue item. Oh, and he might go back to Hera Basement as well.
I will say that the fact that he's into Spike Cave tells me that Hera Basement's the last location for him as well. And I don't disagree with the play. So here we go. What is Dragon Strike's play after Spike Cave, and where will F. Coughlin go after probably hitting Ether and Spike?
I would say Dragon Strike on ice.
And it looks like you're going to be right here.
But Coughlin could do Smith Chain, maybe right into Desert with thinking if it has got the answer, then Dragon Strike already did it. So I have to bail out somewhere. And
that's the thing, like, for Dragon Strike, this is 3 checks. Bombos Desert is 3 checks. Like, these are the densest 2 plays he has. Like, there's not one that's better than the other. It's just kind of a personal preference. Like, if I'm in Fred's shoes, like, I almost think Smith Chain to Desert is better because of the density, but it also feels a little slow. Like,
yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked if he ends up in ice as well, just following Dragon Strike here.
Oh, well, Bugnet.
Not a required item to finish the seed, but our runners will not be disappointed to have that available to themselves.
Yeah, it's really convenient beating Aga 2.
Well, the other piece here is, if we get all 3 items, do you kill Cold Stare even?
And like, it looks like Mushroom? Yeah, Mushroom.
Yeah, I mean, both of our, Dragon Strike's just going to go with kind of flattening out some of his spheres. And there's the flute.
Oh, this is go mode.
I mean, unless Ether Medallion is required and, like, Fred pulls that somewhere soon, Definitely a big advantage for Dragon Strike right now.
To be fair, if it's not go mode, at least he's got the mobility for it.
Yeah.
So it's a 66% go mode right now.
Yeah, the big question here is if F. Coughlin goes right into Ice Palace, and this does not look like Ice Palace, this might be Smith Chain. Like, this is opening up a time for Dragon Strike for sure.
So it's maybe desert with bombers.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
I mean, it's the wrong decision, we know. But if you
It's
do not
reasonable.
know, yeah.
Simple as that. Like, this is a reasonable play. We said it was kind of a 50-50 between the two pendant dungeons. Pick a pendant's never a fun feeling, and it's just, and we're in go mode.
It's
that Quake
correct.
medallion out of Pyramid Fairy was required in this seed. Both runners did get it, but we do not need Ether, and so Dragon Strike into go mode.
So Dragon Strike has got about some minutes advantage right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a pretty serious advantage just based on, already being in his last crystal. Fred's going to have to do Ice Palace still.
Yeah, but first he's doing desert, at least all items. Then maybe Smith Chain before ice. At least it's a possibility.
Yeah.
And even if he's going right to ice, okay, he knows when he's getting fluid, he isn't go. But before, still a lot of open. Right now, F. Coughlin needs a really evil death on Dragon Strike side.
I mean, the unfortunate piece here is that Meyer with silvers is not not one of those dangerous fights, and Dragon Strike also getting red mail. Like, he has the safeties right now to really go through the seed.
The only thing that could kill him right now would be maybe GT routing, depending on where's the big key. But even that alone couldn't be enough right now.
Yeah, we're looking at 2 pendants for F. Coughlin at this point. So, but we'll see what happens. And there's our big key to Meyer.
Is he killing Lanmola?
It looks like it. Did we get both items out of Desert?
I'm sure with Isa and bombs on Torch.
Oh yeah, that's 2 items. That is, looks like F. Coughlin is kind of playing safely for the possibility of a ped seed, and unfortunately we just know it's not the case.
Well, at least with Silver it is a fast fight, but still bad.
Yeah, just to kind of inform why we're talking about the importance of this match in terms of the concept of relegation. At the end of this season, what happens is the team in last place for each of the 4 Invitational League divisions is not guaranteed an invite back into Invitational League next season. There is the Open League, and the final 4 teams of the Open League are guaranteed an invite. So there's the crossover between the 2 leagues. So you do not want to finish last place in your division. So that's why there's an extra importance there. And yes, at this point, Dragon Strike just into his Vidi fight, and yeah, this is... Vitreous didn't stand a chance today.
Do you wanna talk about a little game he's playing right now?
Yeah, let's talk about it, because that is going to be crystal number 7 for Dragon Strike as he gets his Mirror Shield. There are 22 locations in the basement of Ganon's tower. One of them has the big key. Where do you think it is, chat? 1 to 22, put your guesses in. We'll call your name out if you get it right. F. Coughlin into Ice Palace, going to have his flute momentarily. Where do you think the big key is going to be, though?
It's not just the thinking, it's just always picking the same number. Just because I'm Team
Eventually, you'll be
Tyroom,
right.
I have
Yeah.
to say 22.
Okay.
If one day the meta is going to change,
Yeah.
maybe I would say 3 or 4. But I don't think someone will do it. Just for the long time.
Yeah, and in terms of, I see some questions in chat, what kind of has led to this lead for Dragon Strike? Yeah, the Titans mitts earlier for Dragon Strike by single dipping Skull Woods. Huge in the grand scheme of this race. So was able to kind of cluster his checks a little better. That's kind of the big difference here. No real serious issues of execution or anything, just a cleaner route overall leading us to this point. But there we go, 120-30. F. Coughlin now also into go mode.
So right now, there's about 98% on Dragon Strike. There's really to be something really bad.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about a 121 entrance in the GT here. A little bit later than that. We're in like the, I would say, 6-minute territory difference, potentially.
So even if it's a tile room, and Fred is feeling really bad and going right for it, I don't think the time is enough. And Dragon Strike just killed Bob.
Yeah, like I don't see even a Hail Mary like tile room strap being enough in this one right now. But honestly, GT swordless is not an easy climb or an easy fight throughout. So, and Ganon can throw a wrench in things. We'll definitely see what kind of practice our runners have put into their swordless technique.
And there's still a chance on Moldorm being the biggest troll today.
Yep.
And if Dragon Strike really is falling down like 4 or 5 times, then F. Coughlin has got a little chance.
Okay, I believe that is, so far we're up through 11 checks now and no big key.
So it has to be on the left side. Bob chest, ice armors, or Tyroom.
Yep. Looks like Dragon Strike's going to go right back to the left side. So a lot of mirroring back and forth on this one.
At least good for Fred.
Yeah, it definitely gives back some time.
Not enough, but some seconds.
Yeah, and I mean, the big thing here is, like, we were pretty much even after TR. Like, both runners doing Spike Cave and Ether Tablet. Like, I would say those checks happened within a minute of each other. So very, very close at that exact moment. And would their decisions have been the same of Ice and Desert respectively? Like, I think that still gives Dragon Strike a bit of a lead here.
Yeah, would have been still some seconds, but not that much that you can say it's something you have to say.
And once again, 17 checks in and still no big key.
Chances are rising. So first he's killing Bob, and then he's stealing his key.
Yep, and it is number 18 for the big key. Let us take a look. Melgrit,
Yeah.
I believe, is our only guess of 18 today.
So GG's.
Yeah, GG. Our armor upgrades were hammer pegs and Cackwell. We've had blue mail pretty much the whole seed, I think.
Yeah.
It's been a pretty safe seed overall.
So let's see. Right now, if F. Coughlin is bailing out for full left, or Dark Magician with full white play, he would save some time. Plus, something really bad happens on Dragon Strike right now. And we are on a waste.
Yeah, still a bit of ways for sure from that. As we said, like, Dragon Strike opened up GT, or was in front of GT, just under 121, I want to say. So, like, you know, even me saying it was like 6 minutes, it looks like it's going to be closer to 7 minimum here. Unfortunately, F. Coughlin doing the cutscene in Meyer really was a little bit of a loss here on time.
Yeah. Was unlucky.
Yeah.
So if Moldom is being a jerk on Dragon Strike, there's a small chance for Coughlin right now. But I don't think so.
Yeah, this is Dragon Strike's race at this moment. Just needs to close out this one. I will say, in terms of the feeling of ahead or behind, I think it's hard not to feel behind, especially for F. Coughlin right now. You know, you were in a 50-50 with Desert and Ice, and unfortunately you guessed wrong. And didn't even get a benefit from the one thing you got out of Desert. So in terms of Dragon Strike, I'd say there's definitely some nerves there, just if you're like, I did Smith Chain for nothing. So, like, that's not a great feeling either. So I think they both have moments they're kind of like, my opponent might be done now, or might be close to done. And I think that's a hard thing to reject at this juncture in the race.
Yeah, and looks like with 16 hearts, red mail, even a mirror shield and hammer, bugnet on Aga 2, there's nothing that could happen right now. And even if he's getting so much hits, he still has so much goo.
Yeah, I think he's got, what, 2 blue goos right now?
Yeah, and he just could drink one and still fine on Ganon.
Unfortunately, this Bugnet Aga is not going so smoothly so far. Not an easy fight.
I'm wondering why he's not net dashing.
It's definitely a preference. Some people not always the biggest fan of it. You're almost like, unless the Aga is in like, oh, that's an interesting blue ball. Unless you're have these good lines with Aga, net dashes are almost not always better.
But at least you can aim with it.
Slightly. Yeah, we do have the actual numbers for that one: 01001112. So, not a very straightforward fight for sure, but nicely done from Dragon Strike. Now getting ready to drop in on Ganon. And great position here for Dragon Strike on phase 2. Just going to be able to, just in that perfect pixel right now, just able to hammer away. This should be a 1-cycle phase 2.
Yeah. And it was a mad hammering. He did not even count. Yeah, just falling down would not even hurt him right now. Still enough time to do it again.
Yeah, Fred reminding us why they are the bomb squad. Everything gets bombs. And nice torch glitch there, setting up. Oh, unfortunately, just missing that hammer hit there.
Yeah, the hammer hitbox is a little bit chunky. But here we go. He's about...
Yeah, and there we go.
Could be a little bit close to the bridge right now. But it's okay. GG's.
Yeah, Dragon Strike with that Ganon kill, going to cross the bridge and secure this race for Team Hime. And there we go. Dragon Strike finishing first overall with a 132.06. Get your GGs in chat. It looks like F. Coughlin is going to continue on this race and finish it out. And I do see Dragon Strike down in the waiting room, so should be joining us shortly for the interview. And now with us, GG Dragon Strike.
GG's.
Yo, GG's. Thank you.
So I know you probably talked a little bit with F. Coughlin, but what were your thoughts on this seed?
I felt pretty good throughout the entire seed until I was like, okay, I found basically almost everything in pot, so let's recheck everything, right? Yeah.
Right.
That didn't feel good, but yeah.
Yeah, I think the only things, like we were talking about, maybe what could have been a danger for you, I think the only thing really was maybe you feel like you over-cleared a little bit with the Smith chain clear.
Yeah, for sure. I felt like, oh my god, now I'm doing too much. Because everything was basically almost on the way, it felt like. Okay, I saw that Fred told me he skipped the mids, right?
Yeah, so first trip, got that fire rod out of the first chest and decided to bail. Your decision to continue into the vanilla big key chest really paid out. Kind of gave you a nice clean route at that moment.
Yeah, honestly, because of the fire rod, I thought like, okay, I check the Biki chest, maybe even kill him off, because why not? I'm here, I have the fire rod, might as well. But yeah, after the mids, I honestly felt like, okay, I'm out of here. I got 2 good items, I have to bail. I already checked too much. Let's get out of here.
No, that's awesome. It's completely understandable. Unfortunately, and then it kind of came down to a pick a pendant. You and Fred just about the same. You were a little ahead coming out of Turtle Rock and had to do Hookshot Cave and Super Bunny. He did it before heading in, but not a huge difference. Maybe, the two of you within about a minute of Spike Cave, and then you making the play into Ice was the right call. Fred going into Desert got the Ether Medallion, unfortunately just not required in this one.
If that is required, then oh my god.
Yeah, and then he did the game on maybe it's still pet. So he just get Lanmola without any item on them, but there was nothing for him. So you had some minutes safety.
Honestly, if I wouldn't have found the flute in the chest that I found it, I would have killed Coldstay as well and pulled pet at some point, honestly. But yeah, thankfully I didn't have to.
And thankfully Ether was not actually later in Ice.
Yeah, thankfully I didn't have to get Ether as well out of Desert. Oh my god, please no.
Well, I mean, realistically, that's probably your next check, right?
Yeah, for sure, yeah. But still, that's still nasty. You don't want that to happen at all.
Yeah, I see a lot of talk in chat about, the Lost Woods division. Quite the, not a lot of spread across this whole group right now. The tie for 4th place at 12 points, the 3-way tie at the bottom between you got both your teams and the Turtle Rockers. So huge matchup this week.
Yeah, for sure. This entire division is a completely mess. Like, holy moly.
Yeah. The only team that's really got any spread here is Triple Clown at the top of the division. So going to be a really interesting run down to the end of this season.
Yeah, for sure.
And like that doesn't even nobody's out in this division. Like even both the teams in this race, like you both have a great chance to still come back and get into the top 4.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing about this division, because still almost everything is possible, except for Triple Crown Fiesta. They are safe. Like, I don't think anything can happen to them.
Right.
But yeah, all the other teams, scary.
Yeah. Welcome to Invitational. Have a great time.
Yeah, pretty much.
And of course, I have seen a little bit of chat about the second race for the week. Do you know who's definitely running for that one?
For our team, it will be Kermit. For the Bomb Squad, probably Orange.
Yeah, I saw Orange mention it comes down to power.
Yeah, that's the problem. If it is not Orange because of the power issue, then it will be Rick for them, obviously.
Okay. F. Coughlin is dropping in on his Ganon fight, so should be pretty close to finishing. I will say, smooth Ganon fight. That was a great position for Phase 2. And you did not move like a pixel with the position you took for that.
I practiced today, and I had the same positioning, so at least I felt like, okay, I can do this. But yeah, that was absolute perfect Ganon. Both positions were absolutely good. Best you can have, basically, for Swordless.
Fred also getting through his Phase 2 Ganon in one cycle, so yeah, great position for Phase 2 for sure. Of course, for the second race that I've commed this week, we get an additional image onto the credit screen.
Yeah, sorry, I had to do it. It will be gone in a second, though.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm not too worried. It's just kind of funny. We had something yesterday with the Team Pugs race where we had a Dante face. But get your GGs in chat. Fred Coughlin now having an exploding Ganon, going to be able to cross that bridge. I will say Fred will not be joining us for an interview today, but GG's nevertheless, finishing in second with a 1:39.06.
Yeah, definitely GG's.
So we're almost to the end of your credits here. I guess, anything else you'd like to add today?
I will be honest, I'm just happy that I somehow got a win for our team again. It was my second win this season. So yeah, fun. But also thank you guys very much for the commentary, for the restream, for tracking, and all the shenanigans. But yeah, I'm tired. Holy moly.
Understandable.
This is exhausting.
Yeah. So of course, we'd get to see that CR 160 CR. It felt like you checked that much more. To be honest, I'm surprised it's not higher with how late the big key was and how much else you checked along the way.
Yep.
But still a brisk 132 for sure. GG's to you and Team Hime.
Oh, GG's. And thank you guys.
In terms of racing action for the rest of today, we do have quite a few races still to go over. At 3:10, so under an hour, also here on Speed Gaming, we've got OK Game versus the Spec Rock Bonkers, 2C versus Telmaran. This evening at 5:40 p.m., Noble Foxes versus Shack Tools Digging Game, Hayfield Bay and Astor there. We have two more races later this evening with no set channel. We'll see if those get on the schedule. As always, if you are interested in volunteering to commentate those races, that will help get them on the schedule. So do consider it at... What was that? Sorry?
I am just checking the Open League, and it looks like we've got two more races today.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, 4:10 p.m. there is the Manettes versus Spoiler Lock.
Okay.
And 5:10 p.m. there is Saha's Kids versus the Reliable Archery Aces.
Okay. Yeah, those other races tonight for potential invitational. At 6:10, we've got Potato Pouch and Eastern Skippers, Magno and Zelga. And then 6:10 p.m. as well, game 2 between Pugs and Tile Roomies, Dante versus Kappa. So, yeah, plenty of great racing action, and we still have another 4 days left of Swordless after this. Big shout outs as well to Stags tonight for doing the tracking. And Nurmadoc, it was a pleasure doing comms again with you this week.
We did it again?
I know.
I did so much.
Right.
I do not count with who and when and why. As long as I'm not alone. I count these ones.
Exactly. So have a great rest of your afternoon, evening, whatever time zone you are in today, and we'll see you for the next race. As we said, plenty of racing left to go.